So, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the first installment of the Gamechat podcast. With me is my co host today. I got my friend Sean, aka SeanyFNF,
What up?
aka the PlayStation God.
Well, I don't know about that, but
You're the only
yeah,
person that
we'll
I
see.
know, or not the only person that I know, but one of the first people that I've met that PlayStation is one of their main consoles. So for me, you're PlayStation God.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Okay.
So tell the people a little bit about yourself, what you do.
So, so I was formerly a mixture streamer, but obviously we know what's happened with that. We won't go too in depth with that.
Yeah,
But
no, not
I've
this time.
recently, yeah, no, this is not the time. We are going to be moving over to Twitch now, though. So I do stream a little bit. Obviously, it's not I'll be honest with you, it's not something that I take super seriously. It's just something I do as a hobby. Um, so streaming on Twitch, playing a lot of games, that is what I do.
Yeah, he plays
Yeah,
a
simple as
whole
that.
a whole lot of different types of games, man. His arsenal
A
of
lot of
games
games, a lot of
is
games.
immaculate. Oh my gosh, the Steam library was huge. It was a lot. So
Yeah,
check
yeah.
out his
The Steam
content.
sale is on right now.
Ooh, ooh, I need to look at
Lots
that.
of games to buy
But
and not play ever because you never get into your backlog, do you? So
yeah, no, it's hard. I'm like pretty close to finishing up Royal. I feel like I'm like over 100 hours
uh,
into it now. So
I
we're
really don't think you are.
we're in the end game now, I think.
I, I don't think you are.
I
I don't
like
think you are.
I hope I'm like I
I
watched
think you've
some
got at least a good 40 hours left.
40. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yep,
I don't
I think
know.
so.
I would think maybe up to 30 before. Okay, well that's
40.
besides the point. That's what I'm doing. But
That's what I'm thinking.
today I have brought Sean in to talk about the PS5 reveal, some of the games, and just our general thoughts on PS5 because I think this is a pretty interesting topic. The conference itself was a breath of fresh air. If you saw Microsoft's conference, it was oof. I see. It's hard for me to be on Microsoft's team nowadays with all the stuff that they're doing. So I'm like, they need to do something big in this next coming month. But
Nah,
that's
that's what I mean. I'll interrupt you there because obviously that wasn't their main showcase, was it? It was just well,
it.
it wasn't meant to be their main showcase. They're supposed to be doing another showcase this month,
It
showcasing all the
wasn't.
first party stuff
But
and
at the same time, like people were expecting some gameplay, and they even
yeah,
said like we're gonna have
right.
some gameplay, and then nothing happened. So it
Those
just, I don't
trailers.
know. Yeah, it just did not work out. It did not work out for them. But talking about the PS5 conference here, we're going to start off with the games. And the first game that was talked about was Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, for me personally, seeing that, I was expecting there to be some kind of GTA 6 announcement, some kind of GTA 6 talk, like, hey, this is in development, like, get excited, been playing GTA 5 for years at this point, get ready for something new. But no, that is not what they did at all. You play GTA 5?
Yes,
Excuse me.
yes, I've played a lot of GTA 5. I played it on the yeah, was it? I think I played it on PS3 originally.
Oh, wow.
And
On
then that was when I
PS3?
got my yeah, yeah, it was
It's been
PS3,
out that
Xbox
long?
360.
Oh my god.
Yeah. This is the new Skyrim.
Good
You gotta think, this is
lord.
the new Skyrim. They're gonna release this on every console they can and milk it as much as possible so they get maximum amount of money, even though they're making
I know, like,
ungodly amounts of money already.
Rockstar, come on.
Um, yeah, so I went from PS3 to PC,
Oh,
and
yep.
I stopped playing quite a while back. To be fair, even though they have done a lot of updates to GTA Online, I never really got into the online portion of it though.
I used to play online religiously, actually, with some of my friends. That was all that we would like get on and play. Like, hey, we're gonna play today. Like, blah blah. We would get on, like, try the same heist 50 times over and still mess it up. And then when the casino update came out, we were just gambling, spinning for the wheel, and yeah, just betting on horse races, doing that for a little bit. And
Yeah.
now we've gone back to the point where it's like, okay, well, not really much to do in this game anymore, so let's find something different to play. Ugh.
No, I agree with that. I mean, for me, the first thing I thought when I saw the trailer, and obviously they were explaining what game it was, I was like, the biggest one for me is why.
Mhm.
Obviously, it's a money thing. They
Yeah.
know this game's gonna sell. They know this game's gonna sell no matter what. It's Grand Theft Auto at the end of the day. Um, and another thing I was thinking is what benefits is this game going to get besides loading times on the PS5? I mean, the game already looks great. I don't see how they're going to improve it that much graphically. And is there really going to be that much of an incentive for people to play this game on the PS5? I don't know.
Yeah.
Unless it's going to come out with some big update toward the online.
I think even if they did a big update, like unless like PS5 is your first PlayStation console or like your first console ever, I
Yeah.
don't know if I would pick it up. Like I already
Mm.
have it, so I don't know if I don't know. It's like even with the updates and stuff, that's still going to be like maybe 15, 20 hours worth of content, and then after that you're back to where we were like before the PS5 came out. So, I
Yeah,
don't know.
well, I don't know. I'm assuming they're going to just let you transfer your online to the PS5 from the PS4 or whatever other console you had beforehand.
I hope so,
Like
yeah.
they did that with the PS3 and Xbox 360 version. So, um, yeah, for me, it's just it is a no-brainer at the end of the day. I wouldn't be surprised if they brought some other majorly popular games from this generation to the next generation as well, just to
Yeah.
keep their fan bases there. But
Mhm.
yeah, I
Oh
mean,
man.
it's I probably personally won't pick it up,
Yeah,
but
I
yeah,
probably
it's
wouldn't
one of
either.
those.
All
One of those.
right. Well,
I
moving
mean, from
on.
what I've seen from the blurb, hold on, I got one last thing here.
Okay,
I'm just
okay.
reading these little notes here. Um, so GTA 5 for the PS5 will feature a range of technical improvements, visual upgrades, performance enhancements to take advantage of the console's new powerful hardware and making the game more beautiful and more responsive than ever. So that's basically what they've put as their that's their selling pitch. It's gonna look better. It's
It's
gonna
gonna
run
play
better. It's
better.
like, but is it? Yeah, is yeah, but is it? Is it gonna be? Is it
Yeah.
gonna be that drastically different
Like
from what you've got on the PS4?
although people appreciate like things like that, at the end of the day, we've been playing this game for what I have just discovered to be a very long time. So,
John,
I don't
when
think
was it released?
hold on. Let's do a quick Google search. It came out. Oh my god.
September
Oh
2013.
my god.
Whoa,
We are
okay.
in a
Yeah, we've been
completely
playing this
different
7
decade.
years. 7
It
years.
is. Ugh. Rockstar, please help. That is.
No, no, hang on.
That's.
I want to see. Compare it. Let's compare it to Skyrim
Oh man, that is disgusting.
because I think Skyrim's doing the exact same thing, but let's have a look.
So I don't know. So the thing about Skyrim for
Yeah,
me, I've never played
Skyrim,
Skyrim, but from the
November.
way that
Yeah,
people talk about it, it seems like every time that you play it, you can have like a different
oh
build,
yeah,
different things
completely different.
happen.
Yeah, yeah,
So I
yeah,
could see
yeah,
you playing
100%.
that game for years, especially if it has like a insurmountable number of options, But GTA 5 is
Yeah,
there's
but
not a whole lot you could do.
yeah, nah,
Like once
I
you
get
get
that. I
down
get
to
that.
like
Totally get
discovering everything on like maybe your first character and then you like create another one for some reason, you're gonna end up doing all the same things. So I don't know.
yeah,
I think Rockstar needs to get ready to move on. I'm sure it'll still make them money like years and years and years from now, but
yeah,
please,
no doubt.
please, something new. But speaking of something new, we'll be moving on to Spider-Man Miles Morales. Now, I don't know about you, but I actually screamed when I saw this reveal because like after thinking about like the way that the last game ended, it seemed like a pretty like obvious move that Miles is going to take over the Spider-Man mantle. But to actually see it like happening before my eyes was a whole different experience, and I'm pretty excited for it.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was an obvious move. Um, the only problem I've got with it is, obviously it's come out recently that it's not, well, they say it's going to be a standalone experience, but it's probably not quite going to be the full game that everybody's thinking that it is.
Yeah, there's a lot of confusion surrounding
Yeah,
that
nobody
idea.
knows what it is.
Insomnia
People are
keeps
thinking it's an
saying like they're
expansion.
not being very explicit. Like, yes, this is going to be a full game. They're just like saying it's a standalone, which doesn't look super good in my eyes. I'm like, so there's a catch here, but hoping for the best.
Yeah, but the thing is with it, if it includes the full original Spider-Man game
Mm-hmm.
on the PS4 Spider-Man game, I think I would be okay with that.
Yeah.
Um, or if they just release it and put it at a lower price point, maybe, or bundle it in with the PS5 or something like that, I'll be cool with it.
Yeah, that would be good actually.
But if they're gonna be bringing it out full price, full retail price, and it's not as big as the previous Spider-Man game, I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm still hella really excited about this game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I need to know what it is. I
Yeah.
need 100% confirmation.
Before you
What is
like
this
put your
game?
money into it.
Yeah, yeah,
I agree. You think that like people in Insomnia have seen like, oh, people think this is gonna be like a full fledged game, like are we in trouble here? If they haven't made a full fledged game, or do you think they're still uh going with the original plan of just like, if this isn't a full fledged game, like it's just gonna be that, can't really change anything about it. You think it'll probably go back
yeah. I
into
mean,
development or
no, 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 definitely not. They're probably way too far into it. I mean, it's Insomniac games anyway. They make like I don't think I've played a bad Insomniac game ever.
oh that's good.
But they know what they're doing. Um, it's like I say, yeah. If they include the original game with it as well, or maybe they could expand on it. I don't know. We don't know at this point. There's a lot of things we don't know about a lot of the PS5 in general and the games that are coming out for it. I mean, a lot of these games aren't even coming out until next year.
Yeah, not a lot of launch
So
titles.
no, not a lot of launch titles from this conference at all, which was one of the bad things I'll admit about this conference. But
Yeah, I hate when like companies do that. Like for the Nintendo Switch, there weren't a lot of launch titles either. Not
yeah, but
that
you had
that
Zelda.
really deterred
Don't
me from
matter.
trying to get one because it was like they were flying off the shelves like hotcakes. I'm like, okay, I got to get mine before like I can't get one ever. But it
Hmm.
was still like my only game that I had for the longest time was Breath of the Wild, and I like easily clocked in 100 hours because I was literally the only game that I could play at the moment. And then like more have
Yeah, but
started to
you're
come
going on
out.
like that's a problem.
It wasn't a problem, but just like the fact that I couldn't really choose. Like let's say I hated Zelda or something, or I didn't like open world games. Like you kind of be a little screwed a little bit because you had Zelda, you
You got
had
hang on, what came out with the Switch? Zelda 1-2 Switch and
1-2
Super
Switch,
Bomberman
man.
R.
You're putting
I
one
think
two
yeah, I
Switch
think
in there.
yeah, yeah, but that's those are the launch games, right? Those were the launch games that came out. You had
Yeah,
Zelda.
but no one's gonna put a
Come on,
hundred
man, and
hours
one
into
two
1-2
Switch.
Switch.
Hey, you don't know. You don't know. It could have been the next Wii Sports.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
We'll
not
leave
quite.
that at
Not quite.
that.
Yeah, we'll leave that one there. We'll leave that
Oh
on the
man.
floor. But Spider-Man, yeah, expected. It was expected. I just need to know what it is. That's the crux of my problems.
I agree. I
Is
agree.
yeah.
Next step for Insomnia should be like informing people like just what exactly is going on here since there's been a
Yeah.
whole lot of confusion and nobody's really cleared it up, including Insomnia themselves. Not like, I don't know. It's weird the way that they're approaching people on social media asking these questions. So I'm hoping that this is going to be a full fledged game that's about the same length as the last one. But I don't know. Questions up in the air. Okay, so next one that was revealed was Gran Turismo 7. Now, I personally don't have a lot of experience in Gran Turismo. I played Gran Turismo on the PSP, and it was for like maybe 3 or 4 hours until I was like, okay, this looks pretty, but I think I'm good.
Oh yeah. Well, we're not the demographic they're looking for. We're not into our
Yeah,
racing games, so
that's like
it's
Xbox
kind of
trying to
hard
push
to
dirt
look
on
in.
people.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. The dirt games are fun. I've actually played a few of those. I played Dirt 2 and 3. They're actually fun, but
It
they're probably
like
games I would
I
pick
have
up.
no problem with dirt, just so people know. But the conference that they had, where they were just like kind of talking about some of the games, they talked about dirt for so long. Meanwhile, everybody's expecting like something about AC
Yeah,
Valhalla and like all these other games. I'm like, no, let's
yeah,
talk about dirt for like 20 minutes of this maybe 40-minute
yeah,
conference or something. I'm like, oh my god, man, like come on. But yeah,
yeah,
definitely not the demographic here for the racing games.
yeah. From what I can see, I was just when I was watching the trailer for it, I was like, okay, so how is it? How is this different? These games are already near photorealistic anyway, so are
Mm-hmm.
they gonna have like extra detail on the leather in the car interiors and stuff like that? That's like, what more can they do? What more can they do? Unless they just add like tons more cars, I guess.
Maybe. I think one of the things that I saw for it might be specifically PS5 or maybe even both consoles was something that this console, the PS5 is going to be able to do versus like PS4 and all the previous generations is going to be easier to develop games on, and I think maybe even easier to kind of make it available for all platforms more quickly, possibly. Don't quote me on that. So I think the main goal for this is kind of to make creating games more accessible to developers. So I don't know if we're gonna get like a whole different spectrum of games because of this, because it's easier to make games, or if that was just something they kind of like pulled out of their ass. They're like, oh, it's gonna be easier to make games. Let's just say that, because who's gonna prove that we're wrong? But hopefully that would be kind of cool if like it would make these resources more easier for developers to kind of work with. So maybe, I don't know, we might get faster development times, possibly, if that was the only thing obstructing them. But moving on to the next game revealed, it was Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Now, I actually wasn't expecting this at all. Ratchet and Clank was the furthest thing from my mind, if I'm being honest. I have very little
Wow,
experience with Ratchet. I'm listen. This is why I
wow.
brought you on the podcast, because I am really more of an Xbox person until recently. So
Yeah.
that's why my experiences with all these things are come very few in between. But I played Ratchet and Clank also on the PSP for a little bit before I got stuck. That was back in a day where like if I got stuck on something, I didn't want to think about it. I'm like, you know what? Moving on to the next game. So I handed that one over to my brother, and he got most of the way through the game, but I think he also got stuck. So I don't know. So you obviously, from the comments that I've been hearing, have some experience with Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, man, I love Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank is one of those series that never really lets me down. Don't get me wrong, not all the games are absolutely amazing in my opinion, but yeah, I know if I pick up a Ratchet and Clank game, I'm gonna get a decent time out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in terms of this one, I think it looks great. The
It
game
really
looks
does.
like it's shiny. There's colors everywhere. There's color everywhere when they were jumping through all the rifts and stuff, because obviously that's the
Mm-hmm.
main mechanic of the game. I'm saying you're going to be jumping through time and dimensions and stuff.
Yeah.
There was loads of stuff going on screen.
I think that was one of the
With what I
things.
was thinking.
I think that was one of the
Oh,
things they were trying to flex about the PS5 is because of
yeah,
the technology is advanced like to so much that they are able to like do jump between worlds and not have like loading screens or have to go
that's
through
it.
like some huge
That's it.
loading
I was going
time.
to move on to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally, I was about to say with that, the way obviously when they're jumping through the rifts and stuff, there's literally not even the slightest drop in frame rate when they're
Mm.
jumping through screens. So you know that's a really good showcase of what the SSD on the PS5 will be able to do. I mean, they're just literally effortlessly transitioning between like these huge looking worlds as well. So you've got
Yeah.
to think there was one point where they were jumping, they were in some swamp place, some sort of like worldly swamp, and then they jump through one of the rifts, and then next thing you know, they're in some uh city full of skyscrapers and stuff, and they're flying all about the
Hmm.
place, and there's literally enemies coming from everywhere, particles all over the place. Yeah, for me, yeah, that was actually one of the highlights of this conference. To be fair, for me,
I agree.
personally, Ratchet and
I
Clank.
I think I'm going to pick that up whenever that drops because I haven't really given Ratchet and Clank a fair chance, and from what I've heard, it is a very beloved franchise of PlayStation. So I definitely have to give that one a try.
And it's
Yes.
even got a bit about the dual sense, which is obviously the new controller that they're hyping up about. That's something I think they actually while we're here, that's something I think they missed out on, showing us really what the controller could do as well. But I
Yeah.
suppose that's probably a thing you're not really gonna get until you actually have one in your hands and are able
True.
to play.
I saw a
So
video that was reposted from TikTok that was on Twitter where they had the new like PS5 controller, but it expanded and like a little screen came out of it.
yeah,
Oh
I've seen
my
that.
god,
Yeah,
that
that
looks so
markup. It was really
crazy to
cool.
me.
If that did that,
I
if that was
know.
real, I would be so like,
I
whoa,
would
we are in the
scream.
future.
I know. Like I saw that and I'm like I don't think that there's any reasonable like way that that would be real, but if that was real, I would pick up the PS5 day one, make it do my taxes, help me with my bills.
Do our
Like what the
taxes.
heck? That thing looked freaking crazy. I'll
Yeah,
have to pull
it
up
would have been insane.
the
It would have
video
been
and put
insane.
it on the
You know,
podcast, but oh my god.
yeah, but you understand how much a controller like that would cost.
Oh yeah, it'll probably cost
You'd
as
pay
much as
more
a
for that
freaking
than the
car or
console.
something.
Yeah,
Like for
for
this price you can
it'll
get
be
the
cool though.
console and this price you can get the controller to come with it. I'm like, "Oh my god, man."
Yeah,
But it was cool. I'll have to show it to you guys. But back to Ratchet and Clank. That game looked very, very crisp. It looked a lot better than I thought a Ratchet and Clank game could look, to be honest with you. So I'm really excited to see what they're gonna bring to the table with that. And also, what did you think about what seems to be a female version of Ratchet? I don't know if she was in the franchise at any other point in time or not. I
no,
have
no,
no
she's
idea.
a brand new character, a brand new Lombax, which is what Ratchet's race is, Lombax.
Oh, Lomback.
Um, so uh, I mean, as long as they don't try and shoehorn in some cringy sort of romance between the two, I think we're good. But they probably will, to
Yeah,
be honest.
I feel like they
That's normally what
will.
they do with those characters.
Like I don't
I'm
know if you're
literally just
super
I've just pulled
familiar
up.
with Sly Cooper, but
Yeah.
they
It's
didn't
like
really
Cooper. Yeah,
do like a cringy kind of romance, but he definitely had his own little thing going on. And I feel like if they did
yeah.
something like that for Ratchet, that would be fine. But
I was
they're
gonna
probably
say
gonna
with
take a
this,
little.
because obviously they had the movie with the previous game. I wonder if they're gonna do some
Ooh.
sort of side project with this one as well.
Oh, I didn't know that. That'd actually be
Whether
cool to check
yeah,
out.
so yeah, the previous Ratchet and Clank game, it was a movie and a game.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
so
interesting.
yeah, obviously the movie wasn't received all that well, to be honest. So I don't think
Yeah,
they'll do
video
another
game
movie,
movies don't
but
usually
they might
turn
do
out
some.
too good.
Yeah, they might do something if this does well.
But
No doubt it will. To be fair,
this actually
it's
isn't on
Insomniac
my.
again as well. So
Yeah,
Insomniac bringing us Spider-Man and Ratchet and Clank. So
I know they're doing a lot of the heavy lifting this time around.
yeah.
But speaking of kind of doing like a game and like media package thing, this isn't on my list, but it is something that I'm like, if it's relevant, I'll mention because I have to. I don't know if you saw the Cyberpunk like Night City Wire stream, but
Yeah,
they're
yeah, yeah,
announcing
yeah.
that there's gonna be an anime that comes out, and I think it said 2022.
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
Oh
I'm
my
ready.
god. I don't want to touch on
I'm
it
ready.
too much because I wasn't a part of
I
the
want that
PS5
game.
conference, but that game, the game looks good, the anime looks
I
good, and I
want
haven't
that
even
game.
same a single frame yet.
Yeah,
I'm just hyped up for everything Cyberpunk right now.
yeah, yeah. The game looks amazing. It's CD Projekt Red. They are
They
just
produced
amazing
Witcher 3.
developers. Yeah, The Witcher. Yeah, Witcher 1, 2, and 3. I'm not sure what other games they've made. I don't know. Well, the most notable ones, obviously, The Witcher.
Mm-hmm.
Which Witcher 3 is one of my favorite games of all time. Just so everybody knows, it is phenomenal, and everybody should play it. That's my Witcher plug there.
I bought it
But
when it was on sale, so I will be playing it at some point in
yeah,
time. The
I know,
backlog
play
is
that game.
long though.
I did they say they were going to release Cyberpunk on? Well, I'm surely they're going to release it on the new consoles as well. Um, but yeah, that it looks phenomenal, man. I'm
It
really
looks
excited for it.
really,
Really,
really
really
good.
excited.
So here's my question for you though. Another quick question. Are you picking it up on Xbox or are you getting it on PlayStation?
Cyberpunk
Yeah, Cyberpunk.
PC. What's wrong with you?
Oh, well. That's not an option for me at the moment, so I didn't even think about it.
PC, PC.
Yeah, that's probably the obvious
That is
choice
where we're
there.
going with that. Now, I think it's going to run great on both because they've done two delays for a reason. Come on,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to make that game run as well as possible on both consoles. I
Oh
would
yeah.
hope, anyway.
I think so. My thing that has kind of got me like conflicting a little bit is they keep promoting it along with Xbox. Like Xbox has been promoting it a lot, and they keep having things like attached to Xbox in
Yeah, but
some of their social
they
media
do those
posts.
sort of deals, though, don't they? They do those sort of deals. It's like Call of Duty. It's always associated with PlayStation, even though it's on everything else.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's a regular thing.
yeah, I guess that's right. That's true. That was the only thing for me. Cause I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes the games run better on one console than the other. Like I know, I have Star Wars Fallen. Wait, what is it? Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order,
All in order.
and I think it probably runs better on PlayStation, or at least I hope, because some of the things that I have seen playing it on my Xbox 360 or 360 Xbox One, I have been surprised about how many like different
Yeah,
slowdowns I've had.
but you're not playing it on the premium Xbox, are you? You're not playing it on the Xbox One X.
No, but
That's the difference.
I don't got monies like that, man. I
Well
gotta
done.
play it on what I gotta play it on.
Well then, you can't complain, can you?
At least not yet. Everybody, please subscribe, become a member. No, no, I'm just kidding. But
A shameless plug.
shameless
Gotta do
plug.
it. Gotta love it.
Donate money to my stream. Help me. But
Wow.
next next game that we got coming up is
Oh yes.
Project
No.
Athia. Now I
This this ga- this game. Yeah.
go ahead, go
Yeah.
ahead, go off.
I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take the reins on this one. So, obviously it's Square Enix, and if you know me, I'm a very big Square Enix fan. I'll
Oh
just
yeah.
like to point that out. Very big Final Fantasy, and yeah, just the Square Enix in general. Not to say they can't do any wrong because sometimes they do stupid stuff. But hey, I won't go into that. This game looks amazing.
It does. The thing for me is like besides like the older Final Fantasies, I haven't seen a game that's like really I don't know, like I guess Monster Hunt ish from what I can remember from the trailer.
Yeah, it looks. Yeah, yeah.
So
I
the
mean,
the fact that
for
Square
me,
Enix is producing the game, I definitely did not expect that, and I'm very curious to see what their take is going to be on this game.
yeah. I mean, for me, it's always the visuals of Square. Square always pump out the best looking games on the console that they put it on. It's like I'm just watching the trailer now as we speak, and I'm just looking at it like, if this is actual gameplay footage, I am going to lose my shit.
Yeah, this game,
Like,
it looks
look at it.
very, very crisp.
Look at it. It's oh my god.
It,
But to me, it looks like a mixture of like I don't know. It looks like it's it almost looks like a Dark Souls kind of game,
A little bit.
like a roguelike sort of thing.
That's
But
why I was super surprised it was
again,
by Square, because I'm familiar with like Kingdom Hearts,
yeah,
Final
yeah.
Fantasies. It's like stuff that's like not like it can
Well,
get
this is
dark,
made
but I've
by
never
a
seen something like that.
yeah, this is made by Luminous Productions, which is another like it's sort of like a subsidiary to them.
Okay.
Um, so I think if I'm God, don't quote me on this one. I think this game is running on the same engine or a very enhanced engine to the one that they used in Final Fantasy 15. I
Oh.
think it's something they've had in the pipeline for a while, so they've literally been tinkering with this engine for a while, and
You
yeah, from
know,
what I've seen from that very brief trailer,
I don't know if you
it
saw
looks
the
the same.
section of the like Xbox conference that they had where they were showing off, I think it was Unreal Engine 5, but a lot of
Yep.
the stuff that I saw in like that little trailer thing reminded me of Project Athia. So I'm like, I don't think that they're going to
Okay.
be using Unreal Engine 5, but the fact that they're like coming out with
I think
the same kind
it
of,
might be.
they could. But the fact that they're like coming out with the same kind of graphic intensity is not the word that I want to use phrase. But
Graphical fidelity.
yeah, graphical fidelity, I think is like really really awesome, especially if it's not Unreal Engine 5, because that means there are other engines capable of doing stuff like that. So
Oh yeah, of course.
it's
Of course.
just
Unreal Engine 5 isn't the be all and end all, even though
it
yeah,
isn't.
Epic
Yeah,
would
yeah,
love
yeah.
that, of course.
It's
There are
just
other choices.
it's cool to me because they make it like I won't say super super available, but available to people who are really really into like I want to get into game development, or I want to like play around with characters and
Yeah,
stuff. Like they make their
yeah.
resources
Well,
very
Unreal Engine
available.
5 is free, isn't it? Isn't
Uh,
Unreal Engine 5 free?
I think it is, but you're not gonna get like all of Unreal Engine 5. It's gonna be kind of like a
Oh, okay.
kind of like a dumbed down version, I guess, to be um less accurate with it. Because they have like a developer version and then like a student version and then just like
Right.
a messing around kind of version. So
Okay.
I actually looked into it after that conference because I'm like, dang, maybe I should get an Unreal Engine 5. This stuff look cool.
Yeah, because because it's super easy to make games now.
It's getting a lot easier. So that's another thing that I'm like really happy with the future of the next generation consoles. But next game we have on the list is
Oh my god.
Stray.
Oh my god.
Okay, I remember this. So I don't know
Take
what's
my
going
money.
on with this game. I
No,
am
no.
interested.
Just
I'm a
take my
little bit
money.
confused. Just take your
No,
money.
no. Take my money. How can you say when you can be a cat, you know, walking around a dystopian future with robot people? That's
hmm
all you need. That's sold. You've sold that game to me. That's what I'm saying on that one. You sold it.
For me personally, that might be like a let me look this up on YouTube, see if anybody playing
No,
it
no, no, no,
type
no, no.
thing.
I don't need to know. Yo, if I can create my cat as well,
Oh my,
if I can
customize your
customize my
cat.
cat, bro, that's it. Yeah, game. I'll buy the collector's edition with
All
my
right,
cat
you
plush.
heard it here
And
first. Sean is getting the collector's edition.
yeah,
He
I'll get the collector's
is
edition.
gonna
Look how cute that
customize
cat is.
his own. I will say it is very cute.
Sorry, yeah, guys, I have got the trailers up in front of me, just so you know. The cat,
I do
the
not
cat,
because I feel like my computer will explode, but I'm going off memory
cats
here.
are
But my thing
adorable.
is, I don't know like what kind of game it's gonna be since it was really just like a cutscene, kind of introducing us to that world. So
Yeah,
that's my only like caveat there, where I'm like, ah, well, maybe we'll see, we'll see if they give me more information, I might be more
yeah.
convinced.
We were saying that's what I like. They're trailers at the end of the day. They're not
Yeah,
really going to show us all that much.
because I've seen
Don't get
some
me wrong, they showed us more
excellent
than.
trailers for some very bad games. So that's
Oh
why
yeah,
I'm a little more
of
cautious
course.
nowadays.
Yeah, I get that, 100%.
Oh, we have Stray, and then the next one was Returnal, and this one is slipping my mind right now. What is this game?
This one, um, this one was, I think you was that person in space, and yeah. So you were the person, right? You was this woman. The gameplay showed the woman in like a space suit. She crashes down on a well, looks like some weird in weird like devilish planet almost.
Uh,
Um,
hmm.
and
Oh.
every time she died, she was just replaying her death over and over, and it
Oh, okay.
seems to me like it's gonna be a third person shooter Dark Souls kind of thing where you die and then you've got to replay those events over and over.
Ooh, that
So
did bring
yeah,
up a
I guess
couple
more.
different things for me. So my first thing was there's this game, and then we're gonna later talk about Deathloop. But in both games, I'm wondering, is
Yeah,
it literally that every death is going to cause you to like go back through like whatever you went through and like you're gonna have a different
yeah,
experience,
yeah.
or is it a scripted death? Because I've seen games where it's like, oh, you have to restart or do some crap to like get to the next checkpoint, but it's most of the time scripted. So I don't know exactly how that's going to work. I'm kind of interested to see what's going to happen there. And then my second point is they were talking a lot about this 3D audio, which I'm not sure if I don't know,
Yeah,
because it seems like you
I
have to
for
have the
me,
technology to do that. And for someone
I
who's
don't know.
like,
No, no. The thing is, for me, what did you see? What they actually tweeted out to say you should wear headphones while watching this event, and I was wearing headphones for the whole event. I
mhm.
heard nothing special,
Yeah, I didn't I
which is
didn't notice
worrying.
anything in particular to me.
I didn't notice anything different. So whether I've actually got to plug it into a PlayStation 4 pad, no, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 controller,
Yeah.
to experience this new sound that they are touting as some, they are touting it as a big thing.
Yeah, that's
But I
that's one
didn't
of
get
my
it at all
things
from
that
this.
I'm concerned with because I'm thinking like either they're gonna put those headphones, what they showed off or showcased at the end of the presentation, into the box so we can experience that 3D audio, which I highly doubt because they look like some very expensive headphones, or maybe some 3D audio earbuds, although I don't think that would have nearly the same effect.
I thought the 3D audio was a thing that was built into the controller.
It,
Don't quote me on that, though.
I'm sure they
I'm
probably
pretty
did
sure it
build
was
something
something that was
into it,
coded in.
but I think like the experience that they're going for, you got to go for like 3D audio headphones. So I don't know,
No, I don't think they'll. Oh, I don't know.
like
I don't think they'll do something like that, to be
yeah,
honest.
I would love to see them like try and clear that up a little bit because as for someone like myself and many other people who are probably just going to be barely able to afford a PS5, there is no way in heck that I'm going to be like, okay, now time to drop like 300 something dollars or whatever the amount is on some 3D audio
Well,
headphones because I desperately
you
need
say you
that.
say that you say that though, but a guarantee the console's probably going to drop in like November, so they'll probably tell us soon when it's going to drop.
Yeah.
I think they're going to wait for Xbox to announce, to be honest with you, and then tell us when it's going to drop. But I
Mhm.
hope that's soon.
I do
So they're
too.
going to give you ample time to save up. Don't worry. I guarantee.
That's true, but it's like I would rather invest in like some games or something when they ever come out rather than like let me
Yeah,
just sit here with my
yeah, sure.
3D audio headphones and no games and just listen to music or on Spotify, I guess, on my
Listen to
console.
music.
So, I
Yeah.
don't know. That's something that they'll have to clear up a little bit as time progresses because that's something I'm interested to see how they're going to explain it to people. But we have Returnal, and then next up is Sackboy: A Big Adventure. Now, I also played Little Big Planet, not on the PSP, but on the PS Vita, and I actually had
Yep.
a lot of fun with it. I didn't end up finishing the game, which I should, but my PS Vita charging cord is broken, so have to order another one on Amazon. But fun game, very fun game. It seems like it would be like a very like kiddish game, and I think you could play it if you were a kid, but you can also enjoy it as an adult. So that's one of the things I like about games.
Yeah. For me, the biggest question. I'm sounding really negative right now, by the way. For me, the question is why? Why Sackboy?
Yeah,
Is Sackboy really that recognizable as a mascot?
I kind of think so.
Um,
Like for
Anymore? Really?
as someone
Do
who's
you think
like
so though?
not been exposed to so many like PlayStation games, Sackboy is one that I'm like, oh yeah, like that's totally PlayStation. Like I could
Yeah,
see
but
that.
I'm just thinking, like, Little Big Planet. When was the last one that they brought out? Little Big Planet 3, right?
It might be on the PS Vita. Not gonna
Okay,
lie.
it wasn't. Hang on, it was a PS4 game. It was a
Oh, it
PS4
was?
game, but
Okay,
was it?
okay. I'm surprised
I
by
don't
that.
remember it being. I don't remember, it being that popular. Like, it's not a for the character to get his own game. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's probably if this launches with the PlayStation 5, I can understand.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously you want a game that appeals to kids. The kids are going to be begging their parents for
Yeah. I
the
think that's
latest
exactly what they're
PS5.
doing.
But I want to get PS5. Blah 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 blah. And then some parents aren't going to allow their kids to play you know the 18 rated or
Yeah, some of the
R
more
rated
violent
games that are going to
games.
come out. So they're going to be like, oh, they need a game that fits in that category, and I think that's
Mm-hmm.
kind of what it is. I don't think they're banking on it being too successful.
Yeah, like it's not gonna be a heavy
Um,
hitter for sure.
yeah,
But I
I
think
think
it's
it's
it's a
gonna,
nice addition to the new console, just so someone little
yeah,
Jimmy when
I'll
he
probably
gets the
yeah,
new console for Christmas, he'll have something to play maybe.
yeah. I think I've just got my adult brain on that, so it's like, yeah, why do you want this game?
Yeah, I
You
don't
know,
think I'll be picking it
it
up,
has
but
its
I do think
it
it's
has its reason.
a nice touch.
Yeah, it's there for a reason. So
Hmm.
they needed something.
The next one is Destruction All Stars, and I think this is the game with the monster trucks and stuff. You crashing into each other, basically.
Yeah, it sort of looks like a vehicle combat, but you can sort of get out and fight. I
Yeah.
think.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I forgot about that
I
part actually.
To be honest, I wasn't really that interested. I mean, to me, it just looks like another wannabe hero. Well, it's not a hero shooter, but it's a hero type of game.
It kind of reminds me
Uh,
of Rocket League a little bit, but like more
yeah, Rocket
violent.
League mixed with like an Overwatch
Yeah.
kind of
I'm gonna be
thing.
honest. I was kind of intrigued by it, and I think it would be something like cool to pick up if I had friends that played PS5 or PlayStation, but I don't. Well, I have you and a few other people, but I don't know if like we would all want to just like
Yeah,
sit down and
you
play
won't
that game
you
for a
won't
long time.
you won't see me picking it up anytime. I
He's
mean,
already
I need to.
canceled that. He's like, no.
I don't mean to hate on the game. It just doesn't look like a game I'll play.
Yeah, I definitely
It
wouldn't pick it up
doesn't
for
look that interesting.
$60 or anything. Like that would if it was like a full price game. I'm like, yeah, you're gonna have to. Maybe if there was a sale or something, I'd pick it up, but not right
That's the
now.
thing. If we're talking about game pricing now, actually, do you think the game prices are going to go up with the PS5?
I don't know. My first reaction to that question is no, but I uh I really want to say no, to be honest with you, because I think like the pricing for games now are a little bit much. At least for me, not having a
Really?
job.
I'm
So
sure
yeah,
developers wouldn't agree with that. I can
no,
guarantee.
they wouldn't. They
For
wouldn't.
me, for
It depends
me,
on the game. For me,
uh, I
honestly.
I think it's going to go up. Personally, it probably won't be much, but I
How?
reckon you'll see because now in the UK anyway,
Mm-hmm.
um, from what I've seen, recently anyway, a lot of these games that are coming out, they tend to be. I mean, well, normally I'd say a normal game price for the UK would be 49.99, so £40, £50, sorry, £50. But I've been seeing a lot of games just sneakily coming out at 55.
Yeah.
I think they're going to try and make that the standard now. So 55, 52.99.
The
It may not
standard
be much of a difference, but I think
the standard for
it's going
us
to be a
is
thing.
usually sitting at $60. So, that's
Yeah.
already for me like spending over 50 on something on anything really, I have to think twice about it. So,
I
if
mean,
it
it's
were to
like
go up,
Legend of Zelda, now that I think about it, that came out at £60 over here.
yeah, yeah.
So
And I
that
think
was
it's
a
still
whole £10
holding.
more.
Cause I was looking at, maybe getting Mario Odyssey the other day, and it's still standing strong at 60. I'm like, wow, you guys are
Oh yeah, but
not.
no, that's the thing. Nintendo games don't really
Yeah,
go
like
down
the
in value.
price doesn't
From
depreciate.
what I've seen anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
unless there's
they
like a
don't.
sale or something, and even then, it's mostly not going to be Nintendo games. It's going to be like
Yeah.
third party stuff. But I don't. I would hope that the price wouldn't go up too much. Like I see what you're saying, where like developers would disagree. But if you're making games like Spider-Man and like Grand Theft Auto and like games where like millions of people are going to pick it up, I'm sure you wouldn't miss like the $10 or $20 that you're probably thinking about charging people.
They don't care. They want money.
I know, I know, and I want them to
Their
have money,
businesses.
but I also want to have money too. I don't want to be sitting on the
Well,
street in my
you can't.
cardboard
Well,
box with my PS5.
you got to think you're spending your disposable income on games, so it's not like
That's
they have
true.
to.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you're spending your money on it. They're not forcing you.
That's very true. Why did you have to bring up that point? Moving on. We have Kenna, Bridge of Spirits. I have seen a lot of talk about this game. I was kind of confused by it. I'm still slightly confused by it, but I do think it looks interesting.
I think this game looks great. It has adorable. What's that? Adorable little furball things, and
Yes.
that's that. I just think it looks great. It looks like a Pixar movie come to life.
It does. It looks really,
It looks
really
great
good.
in motion.
I think we said that about a lot of games,
Obviously,
but
I don't.
this one especially.
And gotta give them props as well because it's a new IP as well.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
I've forgot to mention that there were quite a few new IPs, which
Mm-hmm.
is great in my opinion. I'm glad that I'm seeing a lot more new games rather than just hey here's a I don't know a
Yeah.
remaster of this game or is
A lot of
they
sequels
could have
and
done
remasters and stuff.
yeah they could have done like oh here's Uncharted 4 remastered
Yeah, that's.
like
I
I don't
actually was
need to
talking
see
about
that.
that with one of my friends because he's like a big Naughty Dog fan, and he was saying after
Hmm.
Last of Us 2, he wants to see something new come out because there have
Yeah,
been
I want to see
not
new
just within
games.
Naughty Dog, but like within all across the gaming industry. There's just been a lot of like sequels and remasters and stuff, and not a whole lot of new IPs, or at least they're not getting the attention they deserve.
Yeah,
But
100%. I
I'm
agree with
curious
that.
to see what this game is. It kind of looked like I don't know. It's not something I've played or like a type of game that I'm familiar with. But the closest thing I could think of is like maybe like a magicy wizarding kind of action game. But I don't know. Do you think you have like
Yeah.
anything like you could reference or like something that would be close to this game?
Um, well, it looks like it's gonna be. It looks like it's gonna be some sort of like action RPG. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, I'm trying to think of something that comes to mind. I mean, I don't know, combat wise, it looks similar to. I'm trying to think of something now. All gone from my head, but yeah, it's an action sort of a action RPG sort of looking thing.
Yeah.
It looks real fun. To be fair,
I don't know if I would pick this up day one, but it's
I
definitely will
think I
be on
will.
my radar.
I think I will. It's also coming to PC as well, just so people know.
Ooh, yeah.
This one isn't an exclusive, which I was surprised by actually.
Oh, it's not?
Not an
Oh.
exclusive, no.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure it's coming to PC. I don't know whether it's coming to Xbox.
Okay. Well, there are options for people then.
Oh yeah,
That's
it's
good.
coming to Xbox as well. It's coming to Xbox as well, so it's not an
Oh,
exclusive.
okay. Okay, well,
It's
there you
actually
go.
coming. What an interesting thing is as well. It's not coming. It's not just coming to PS5. It's apparently coming to PS4 as well.
Oh, okay.
Mm. Mm. So I wonder if they're gonna do the if you buy it on PS4, you get it for PS5 or whatever.
I would
Wonder
love
if
if
they'll
they
do that
did
with that game.
that, but I feel like that's like a
I don't.
CD Project Red thing where they're like, we want people to be able to play it on like
Yeah,
both
I don't think
generations.
they will though because it's not a first party. So
Yeah, that's true. Oh man, but this next one, I saw you talk a little bit about on your stream, which is Oddworld.
mm.
This is
Mm.
gonna be, I think, a new iteration to the series, Oddworld Soulstorm. Now,
Yep.
when I saw this, I was very confused. I did not know what the heck I was looking at. I was a little bit frightened, to be honest with you. Can you
Yep.
explain what the general gist of Oddworld is?
Nope. No, I can't. The answer. So well, so my experience with Oddworld, I've played the first two in the Oddworld series, which is Oddworld Abe's Odyssey and Oddworld Abe's Exodus. Now, the main thing behind those games was basically you're a prisoner in this corrupt corporation on this alien
Excuse me.
planet, and you have to go around doing puzzles to not only save yourself from this corrupt regime, but you've got to save your alien brethren. So, but they're called
Hmm.
Mudokons, the race of species, those alien people that you saw with the sort of like taped up mouths.
Yeah.
and in those games you've got to sort of like uh, rescue them, but you've actually got to communicate to them. So on the PlayStation pad or whatever you was playing it on,
Mm-hmm.
you actually had commands, so you could say hello to them, and they would like say hello back, and you can tell them to follow you and whatnot. So you
Oh.
had to sort of weave your way through controlling yourself and obviously guiding your friends to safety and getting them through portals to escape with you. So that
Oh.
was the gist. That was the gist of those games. So this one's been quite a while in development. It looks really good, to be fair. Well, for me anyway. I don't know about newcomers to the series.
Yeah, it looks frightening to me. I'm
Um,
like, is this a new horror game?
yeah.
What is this?
I mean,
Like, people
it
got
does
their
get a
mouths
bit.
sewn
It is a bit
shut.
grim. Yeah, it is a bit dark. If you get a chance to play the games are dark. Yeah, they
Mm-hmm.
touch on some pretty pretty dark themes. So yeah, you're not wrong in that. I can see why you are a bit apprehensive.
Well, all right, you heard it here first. That game looks interesting to me. After I got over my fear of why their mouths are showing up and their odd aesthetics, I'm like, you know what,
There
this
are
could be a
aesthetics because it's
game.
Oddworld. That's why.
Oh, true. But I'm like, this game could be I don't know. Would you say it's a PlayStation classic?
Um, in sales, no, but
Mm.
for the people who played it, most definitely.
Okay, okay. Okay, that actually says a lot then. Cuz sometimes they don't have to sell out to be like a really what's the word?
Yeah,
I don't know, something that's really tied to PlayStation.
highly appreciated. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
I believe it did. Did they come out? I wouldn't say it was a PlayStation only thing. It's definitely. I think it's definitely coming to Xbox as well.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So
That's
yeah, I
interesting
don't.
then. So if you want to check out Oddworld
Apparently,
Soulstorm, check that out on PlayStation or PC. And I think you said some of the older games are on Steam.
yeah,
Not sure if
they're
it's
all
on
on
the
Steam.
PlayStation
They're all on
Store.
Steam. I think um, Oddworld 3 and 4. So much as I'd seen Stranger's Wrath, I believe they're on other consoles, but don't quote me on that.
All right. Q, Q, Q. Next one up, which I also was a little bit frightened by this trailer as well.
Yeah, big nope.
Ghostwire Tokyo. This one looked interesting to me because I did recognize, I think it was Shibuya. But everything else, I was like, what is going on? I am a little bit concerned for the people in this game. Uh, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this game?
I mean, for me, so I don't do horror games.
Hmm.
So for me, this is pretty much big nope. Especially not, you know, um, like Japanese horror and stuff. Yeah, they
Yeah, that they go pretty
those guys
far.
know their horror, man, and
Yep.
I can't deal with like these like weird I don't know how to explain it, like weirdly moving
Hmm.
people if they are people,
Oh man, that was
and
one of the
like
things that got me when I
yeah,
watched the movie Us, because the way that the people moved, that was one of the
no,
scariest parts
yeah,
for me. I'm like,
yeah,
oh my god.
that's it. There is a word for it, but it doesn't come to mind right now. But yeah,
Creepy.
I'm good. I'm good. I don't do horror, like I say. So this is not a game for me.
I
It looks
also,
great.
so
Don't get me wrong. It looks it looks so different though. The
it
game
does.
looks
It
great.
looks really different. I think it looks really, really
Um,
cool and interesting.
yeah, but when it comes to horror, nah. I could probably watch somebody play this. It
Yeah.
looks like a game I'd watch somebody stream.
Hmm.
It
I
does look
agree.
really cool, but I wouldn't play it because I'm
I
scared, and then I won't.
I'm I'm the same way. I haven't played. I don't think any horror games besides Outlast 1, and I could not finish that. I didn't even get past the first section of the game because I was so scared. Also, my friend was kind of being a jerk. Shout out to Tim. But he was supposed to be guiding me through the game, and he was just taking me to all the jump scares and be like, no, it's not a jump scare. And I've seen the whole game before, so I knew it was. But then I started questioning myself, and I'm like, is it a jump scare? And they're like, damn it, Tim, why? So
Yeah,
I don't know if I would pick up this game in particular. I probably watch somebody else play it. There is another horror
yeah,
game that like I'm thinking about getting just because I really liked the work that that company has done in the past, which is the Medium, which was shown off in the Xbox conference. They did Layers of
yeah,
Fear, which was a really really good game. Really scary, but it
yeah,
was really really good.
yeah.
So
No, I'm good.
I don't
I'll
know.
leave that to you guys.
I don't know if I would pick
Um,
up Ghostwire, but it is definitely something that I will be checking out on YouTube or something probably. But the next one we have is Godfall, and Godfall to me looked more like a mobile game or like I don't know something that wasn't gonna be uh, a super big title, at least in my eyes. But I don't know if you have
really?
a yeah. I don't know. I
Yeah,
just don't really
I've got,
play games like that. Not really.
okay, yeah. It looks good. It definitely
Yeah,
looks
it
good, man.
does.
I don't know where you're getting this. I don't know where mobile game comes into it because it's a very pretty
I
game.
I've seen really good mobile games. I've actually played what was it called? I think it was called Infinity Sword. I thought Infinity Sword looked really good for its time. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I've heard of that one.
Godfall, it kind of gave me like that same kind of like Infinity Sword vibe, except it was a little bit more built out. I don't know why.
Oh, it looks way too actiony. I think it's like it looks like it's got sort of like a Devil May Cry sort of combat sort of system going on. I guess not quite as fast paced.
Yeah.
Um, to me, I think it looks decent. The one thing I did hate about the trailer is the music that they put in the background. I was like, why have you just put some generic rap music in the back?
It's,
It's not even good. It's not even good rap music, man. Which I hate in trailers, like when the
mm-hmm.
music doesn't fit the game at all. Which that was the one bad thing that I'll say about that trailer. But I I don't know. I thought it looked. I thought the game looked good personally. Didn't look amazing. It's not blowing my mind, but like it looks good.
Let's see. Let me see if I can get a little bit of gameplay here. Here's Godfall. Okay. Yeah, it does look more advanced than a mobile game now that I'm looking at it. It kind of it reminds me of like World of Warcraft or something, but like it's more like a
Yeah, I don't get that vibe.
I don't know. I don't really have too many like medieval slash magical games under my belt. So like all the big ones that I know of, I'm like, okay, I can kind of see how it would be like that. But yeah, Godfall does look better than a mobile game now, so I retract my earlier statement. But I'm still like, I don't know if I would play it myself personally. Ooh, and then next one on the list, which I did not highlight, but it is something that I'm like kind of excited for, is Hitman 3. I think I played a little bit of the Hitman 2 demo, and I thought it was fun. I think, I don't know, for me, this is kind of like a little bit of going back to the Assassin's Creed roots as far as like trying to keep it stealthy, trying to keep everything clean. With the added kind of like modern stuff, and you can change costumes and stuff and have different gadgets. So Hitman games have always interested me. Even though I might not go out and like play them personally, I've definitely seen a lot of content about it. So, you have any experience with Hitman?
Not really. I've not played much Hitman. From what I see, it looks good. It looks like something I'll enjoy, but I've never actually
Mm-hmm.
gone out and um played any of them personally. I know a lot of my friends have, and they swear by them. So it might be something I have a look at. Um, but it won't be something I'll pick up straight away purely because I've not touched any of the previous entries really, and I don't really have that connection with the franchise. So
Yeah. I think for me, because I don't really have like a super huge connection with that franchise either, just because I've looked at it over the past like maybe 2 or 3 years. But I back in the 360 days was playing James Bond GoldenEye, the video game, and I just had so much fun with that game, and I can see so many elements of that and Hitman, and so that's why I think I think it has a lot of potential, and I've really enjoyed a lot of the different things that I've seen from the Hitman franchise. So they need to make a new freaking James Bond game, man. That game was so much fun. It had like different like multiplayer mini games too. It was a good game. It was a very good game. Bring it back,
Yeah,
please.
you can't touch those games. All to do with licensing.
Yeah, that's true. And that one had, I believe it was the Daniel Craig James Bond. I don't know why he was in GoldenEye. I don't think he was the Bond for GoldenEye, but
What? No, that wouldn't have been it. It would have been Pierce Brosnan.
yeah.
Goldeneye.
So I don't know. I feel like there have been GoldenEye. There have been James Bond's games in the past. So maybe that'll be something to come back to this generation because I definitely haven't heard of any coming out in the or in this the new generation. Excuse me, because I haven't heard of any coming out in this generation. So I don't know. Just a Hitman James Bond esque game would be cool. And then the next one we have is Little Devil Inside. Now I'm gonna look at this now too. I thought I remembered this, man. Oh, is it Japan
Yeah,
studio
for me,
thing?
this game looks really great.
Oh,
This
I
game
remember.
looks got like that sort of like Victorian England sort of
Mm-hmm.
vibe going on. I really like the look of it. I don't know what the game is. Again, it's another
Yeah.
vague um, trailer, but from what I'm seeing is I'm assuming you're going to play that sort of adventurer little guy who's running about with the sword. But then you sort
Mm-hmm.
it keeps on switching from him to the old guy, the old Victorian guy who's walking around in the street, and obviously you see
Yes.
him
Yeah.
just doing all this other stuff. So I don't know what the deal is with that. Maybe you take control of both of these characters. Maybe one's
I
living
actually didn't
their
have that
regular life.
impression. I was thinking that you were just gonna play as the guy that you see like running around like fighting monsters or
Hmm.
running from monsters in some instances. And then I feel like the old guy is I guess kind of like your home base or someone that you report back to. But I could see where maybe, because I did show a lot of him, maybe he is going to be more involved in the game and you are able to do things as him. But I'm just not sure what that would entail.
Yeah, it's either like he's like maybe he could be like the guy who's giving the quests to the guy who's running
Mm-hmm.
about in this monster world. I don't know. It's another vague trailer. We don't really know what this game is about, but I'm interested. I'm interested. They've got my attention.
See, I think that's probably the best thing you can do as a game company now is like if you don't have enough to show like gameplay, just at least make your trailer interesting. At least make me want
Yeah,
to see the gameplay or something like that. Which I think a lot of game companies do well, so that's good. But we need some gameplay. So as soon as you can, try to present us with something to keep the train going because I literally this game was out of my mind until I saw this trailer again. So let's see. And then the next one, which I don't have a whole lot of preference for, is NBA 2K21. I played 2K maybe 18 or 19 with my neighbor since he's a big 2K player. And I think both 2K and the Madden games cheat. So I don't play them because I get frustrated. That and I don't know the
they
controls.
cheat.
I think they cheat. Sometimes the players glide around like they're on ice. Sometimes the ball like magically misses their hand or like phases through it. I feel like so that's why I don't play those games because I think that something's going on with them that's just not clicking with me. But a lot of people love these franchises, so I don't know. Not gonna be a game on my list, but cool to see that it's still in development.
Yeah, NBA is not. Well, yeah, the NBA isn't really that big over here in the UK, of course.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We are a football nation. Don't get me wrong, it still sells over here. We
Mm-hmm.
still sell quite. You'll still see a lot of people playing it. For me, I'm not all that interested. But look at the sweat. Look at the sweat on
Oh
the
my gosh.
guy's face.
That's one of the
That
things that
sweat,
gets me. It's like they showed off
that
more sweat than
sweat, yo,
gameplay. Like what is up with that?
that sweat.
Like come on, man. I'm not here for the
It's
sweat.
all about the sweat.
I'm here for the smoke, man. Where is the smoke? Where is the
Nah,
court?
man, you here for the sweat? Look at the sweat on his nose.
Like, dude, I don't want that
That's
much
what this
sweat.
game's about.
And then something else that
Yeah,
somebody brought up is like you are not going to see nearly that much detail in the actual game. So this trailer kind of means nothing to
oh,
me.
that's what no. That's what you think. That's what you. I mean, yeah. This is our PS5. Remember, look, have you seen the NBA games on PS4? They do look amazing.
I honestly I have not, but from people, these people who said this are people who play 2K,
Yeah,
excuse
but
me,
the
and
sweat,
Madden.
bro.
The Listen,
The
man, ain't
sweat.
nobody care about that freaking sweat. We care about
The
the
sweat.
game.
That's all that matters is that 4K sweat.
Listen, I don't. If I wanted sweat, I would. I don't know.
You would play
Watch the
NBA
actual NBA.
because you'll be playing NBA.
Oh
That's how you.
man.
Oh my, yeah, but yeah, it's a short teaser trailer.
I
With
thought it was
sweat.
a pretty
So
weak
yeah,
trailer in my opinion, but I feel like people are gonna
yeah,
pick up the
it's
game
a teaser. It's
anyway,
a
so
teaser.
yeah. I think the
It's a
main
teaser
thing
trailer.
was just like kind of getting Zion out there because he's kind of become, I wouldn't say the face of the NBA quite yet, but he is definitely like a rising star. And what's interesting
Yeah,
is
I have
about
no
that,
idea who this guy is.
he played at Duke University, which is like maybe 20 minutes down the street from where I go to school. So, I feel like in a way we're kind of low
Oh,
key
okay.
friends. Is that
Right.
wrong
Okay.
for me to say?
If it,
So
I
he
mean,
kind of owe me
that's
some
down to you. That's
money.
down to you. That's down to
Is
you.
what I'm saying. So Zion, hit me up. I got Venmo. I can download Cash App. I got PayPal. Anytime you wanna do that, that's cool. UNC forever. But yeah. I I'm not an NBA player, so I would have to talk to somebody and see, like, does this trailer speak to you? I think not, but does this trailer speak to you? You know, and the other thing about these 2K games is like, what after you get past a certain point, like, graphically, I think they're there. They're A lot of games actually are starting to cap out graphically. So like, what more can you really add to the
Nah,
game
bro. Look, look, look,
besides
look.
making it more
I've already
accurate?
explained. I've already explained. You've not. Just look at the sweat.
Oh man. Okay, let's move on from the sweat. So next game we have is Bug Snacks, which
Oh
this
wow.
game,
Okay. So hold on. Can I just interrupt you there and give PlayStation the award for the weirdest game
yeah,
I have ever seen
it is super weird.
ever. They get the award. Bug Snacks. It was made by guys called I think the developers called Young Horses. Yeah, that's the one. Young Horses.
Young
Um,
horses.
you you have literally made. I I was literally like, what the heck is this
Yeah. I'm not gonna
throughout
lie.
the
I
whole
was
trailer?
intrigued the whole time watching the trailer because I just did not. I literally
Yeah,
did not know what was
I was
going on.
intrigued, but not. It wasn't. I wouldn't say it was in a good way. I was just like, why
Yeah.
is the fruit turning into? Why is he eating the fruit and he's turning into the fruit and then, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
weird. It's weird, but
It is
I
very
kind of want to
weird.
see what the game is though.
Me
So the
too.
strategy might work.
Yeah, I think it did work because I'm definitely like, what is this game going to be about? Why fruit? How fruit? What fruit?
Yeah, and
I
then at
don't
the end of
know.
the yeah, I don't know whether you saw. Obviously, at the end of the trailer, it sort of had that weird monster that came out, and I was like, what the heck?
Mm-hmm.
So
It
I'm like, is
was.
it going to be a horror game?
Who
A food?
knows,
Is it
man?
a food? Is it a food horror game? Like, I
It
don't know. It's so weird.
it has piqued my interest for sure. That is one thing. So I'm and I don't think, like, based off of the thing at the end where it kind of looked like it was not necessarily, like, I wouldn't go so far as horror, but there's definitely some, like, I guess mature elements would be the way I would describe it because I don't want to go as far as horror because I really don't think that's what that game is about. But I don't know. There's some kind of element in there that
Can
definitely
we just talk?
needs
Okay,
to.
there's one other thing that I want to highlight as well. Is
Oh yeah.
there's centipede ribs.
Ooh.
Did you see the rack of centipede ribs?
Hold on, let me go back at the trailer. Centipede
You need
ribs.
to
That
watch
kind of
that
sounds
trailer again.
good.
There is a rack of centipede ribs, bro.
Centipede ribs. Like the centipede part. Let's subtract that. Let's just talk about some ribs, man. I haven't
Yeah,
had any
some
good ribs in
ribs.
a while. But yeah, this game, I don't know. It looks very crazy. I'm sure it'll be one of those games where like a lot of YouTubers will play it for like maybe one or two episodes, and then that'll be it.
Oh yeah, 100 for sure, for sure. This is gonna get streamed like nobody's business.
Oh yeah. This. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what their goal is with this. I can't imagine the game is going to be horribly long, just based on like the type of games that kind of follow the suit with this.
Yeah,
But
it'll just be a fun distraction.
yeah, yeah, I think it'll be like a not like Animal Crossing, but you know how Animal Crossing was a fun distraction for the moment. I think that's the way it's gonna be. But bug snacks, everybody. Ooh, next one on the list. I'm sure you'll have a lot to say about. I do not. But next one that was showcased was Demon Souls. Now, I being a very I guess someone who's just starting to get into like the Dark Souls S type games did not know that Demon Souls was a part of the Dark Souls franchise, and I thought it was like maybe Dark Souls was just Xbox and then Demon Souls was just PlayStation,
Wow.
but they're all one and the same. So, do you have any experience in the Demon Souls slash Dark Souls
Yes,
franchise?
yes, I do. Not with Demon Souls specifically, but I've been waiting for something to happen with that game to get it off of PS3 and to
Mm-hmm.
be improved gameplay wise. Because from what I've been told, people who go back and play that game, they're just like, "What is this?" Compared to like modern like
Oh
Bloodborne
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
Dark Souls games.
I see what you're saying.
I've played through all of the Dark Souls games and Bloodborne, so I like these games. I like the punishment. Um, and yeah, I'm happy to see it coming back. This is a game that really, in my opinion, deserved a remaster and
Yeah.
needed one.
I saw that it was a crowd
Drastically.
favorite, so I see a lot of people are
Yeah,
hyped for it. Me
yeah, it's it.
personally, I played Dark Souls 2, still on the first boss. What's up? but
Get good, get good.
so I haven't picked up the game in a long time. So that's my excuse for that. But the reason I started getting more into like the Dark Souls slash Demon Souls S game is because of Sekiro. Sekiro is I wouldn't say it is a Dark Souls game, but it's Dark Souls
Yeah, but no,
esque.
yeah, I'd consider it well, yeah, not a Dark Souls game, but it's definitely in that sort of genre, should we say?
Yeah, it was like I watched a playthrough of Sekiro by Afro Senju. I don't know if you know him on YouTube, but his playthrough it was so entertaining and just fun to watch. He went through a lot of pain, mind you, so I don't know if I'm ready for that much pain. But that's one of the reasons that I pre-ordered Ghost of Tsushima because I don't think it's going to be like super super hard, but I definitely see some elements of like where it could get kind of dicey, and I'm kind of looking forward to that kind of challenge. But Demon Souls, this is a remaster. You said
Yep,
okay.
yep. It's literally just a remaster.
Oh, okay, cool, cool, cool. So that's definitely something I'm gonna have to keep my eye out for. I don't know if you're gonna be streaming that, but if you stream it, let me know. I want to see it.
Okay.
All right, and then next one that we have, I saw a trailer of it on an E3 of 2019, and I'm glad to see that there's like more stuff in development for it. Is Deathloop? Deathloop, like I mentioned earlier, is let's see. I think kind of like Returnal in the way that like when you die, things reset. I'm not sure if things change in the same way that Returnal does. But I don't know. The concept is just really interesting to me. I'm not sure how the story is gonna work out, considering you are kind of going through a loop. But yeah, it just looked really interesting to me. I really like the style. It reminded me of kind of like a Dishonored slash Bioshock type game.
Yeah,
Um,
well, it's the same. It's the same guys. Arcane made it, so
oh, okay. But what were your
or made
impressions
it.
of it?
Shall we say. Yeah, I love it, man. This is definitely I think it's going to be a instant buy for me. It looks great. I think it looks great. Not much more I can say on it, to be honest with you. So yeah, you're obviously this guy stuck in a loop,
Mm-hmm.
constantly dying and redoing these things. The game just looks awesome, man.
It
I
does. It looks really
definitely,
good.
I definitely see the Dishonored vibes and stuff. So yeah,
And
it's
it's a
definitely an arcane
freaking
game.
black protagonist. So we have to
Yep.
support that, man. Unless the game is super trash, in
Hmm.
which case we will just forget about it and
No, no,
it will
no.
rest
We
in
still need
peace.
to have. It doesn't matter. We need to have our protagonists We need to have our representation.
We absolutely see it. I don't want to get into this conversation right now,
Yeah, definitely
but
not. This
it's
is not the place.
it is I don't know. Like
Yeah,
it's
Deathloop
weird
looks amazing.
because people, some black people even are like, like, why do you care so much, blah blah blah. And it's not like I need to play always as a black person or something. It's like we never ever ever or rarely get to play as a black person. So when they put somebody black as a protagonist, or like they give you the option to play as a black person, I would say those two things are not the same, because you could be like a black person skin wise and then not really be the same culturally. But to have someone
Oh
who's
wait,
black,
hang on, hold on. Is this guy a black protagonist? I don't think it is. I'm
uh,
just looking at the trailer now. I don't think he is.
he looked black to me. I think. Hold on, man. Don't let me ruin my freaking speech. Don't ruin my speech, man. In the little outlines, he looked like he had some blackness going on, but I don't know. His skin looks black. Yeah, his skin looks black in the trailer.
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe he might be like a really dark Hispanic guy or a black guy. In any case, I would just be glad to have a person of color.
But
that
anyway, the game looks good.
It does. It does look
That's
good.
the thing. The
See,
game
he's
looks
got
good.
he's got the little cut in what do you call it? Part? That's a black thing. I feel like he's black. I feel like he's black. I'm just gonna say if he's not black, then I'm
Wow.
gonna eat my
Okay.
words. But yes, cool game, cool game. Oh, and the next game that was shown off was Resident Evil Village, also known as Resident Evil 8. I did so when I first saw the reveal for this game, I was like, "Oh, this kind of looks like Resident Evil." And then as I kept watching, I'm like, "I don't know if this is Resident Evil." And then I saw the reveal. It was Resident Evil, so I'm confused. It didn't give me the same vibes as Resident Evil 7. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with this. I know they have like monsters and stuff, and not werewolves though. So that I think the werewolves are honestly what threw me off. But what is your take on this? I know you don't like scary games, so I don't know how
Yeah,
much you know about
I
this.
don't do horror. Game looks amazing.
Hmm.
Again, what can I say? A lot of these games do look amazing. Um, yeah, for me, obviously it's not a game I play. The only Resident Evils I've played are 4, 5, and I played a little bit of, but that game was, yeah, questionable. Um,
Mm.
yeah, so I'm not all that well versed on Resident Evil, so I
Oh
did
my
recognize Chris
gosh.
Redfield at the end though.
Yeah, I was about to say that was just so. It's
But
been
the thing is, he
memed
looks like
now.
he's
It was just,
it's weird.
yeah, it was
I don't know
weird.
whether he's going to be a bad guy or not.
I feel like he is, based on the amount of bullets he put into that lady's head just for no
I don't know.
reason.
I don't know.
That was weird. I don't know. Maybe that person was hallucinating and they thought it was Chris, but it wasn't Chris, or who knows? Who knows what was going on there? But interest was piqued.
Yeah, it's
Interest was
not much I
piqued.
can say about it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm not all clued up on the story and whatnot, so
I vaguely remember 7, to be honest with you. I've been more interested in the remakes, which have actually been they've actually been pretty awesome, if I'm gonna be honest. I've seen Resident Evil, what was it? What are we on? 3? Yeah, I've seen Resident Evil 2, a playthrough of it at least maybe 3 or 4 times, and I've seen a playthrough of Resident Evil. I'm mixing up the numbers now. Resident Evil 3 remake maybe 2 or 3 times. And every time I watch it, it's still like very entertaining to me. So I don't know. I might have to pick up the next remake that they do. I don't know if I'm gonna play the new ones, because I am a little bit of a scaredy cat, but I will definitely watch somebody play it if I don't. But yeah, Resident Evil Village. And then the next one was Pragmata, which I did talk about earlier, thinking that it was, what game was it? Jet, The Far Shore. Pragmata, yeah, I don't know what's going on with that game. Like I said before, uh,
yeah, no idea it reminds me of something that Hideo Kojima would make. It just made no
yeah,
sense. I was like, what
I
the
could
heck
see
is going
that.
on?
It was
Like, why is
definitely,
there just a kid walking? Why is nothing moving? Why is
And,
there a see-through cat with its
yeah, the X-ray
organs
cat.
showing? And yeah, it was,
It
yeah,
definitely seemed like it
I
could have been in the Death Stranding world, and I wouldn't have batted an eye. I'm like,
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
that
I
I could
have
see that.
no idea what's going on. So
Yeah, we're
yeah,
gonna have to
I
see
can't,
more of
can't
that
say much.
because
Again, I hate to repeat myself, but it looks nice. It looks great,
mhm.
but I have no idea what's going on. I need to see more.
It's kind of like the trailers for Death Stranding. Like nobody knew what the heck that game was until like it really came out. And then there hasn't really been any buzz about Death Stranding uh since the Game Awards basically. So, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to go down the same way that Death Stranding did where it's like nobody really is talking about it too much. I don't think I really saw anybody finish the game either, so I don't know. Interesting
I did.
concepts, but yeah. And then next game, and the last of the presentation before we get to the console reveal, is Horizon Forbidden West. Ooh, hold on.
Take my money.
Excuse me. Man, 3 sneezes. Okay, that's it. No more sneezes for the podcast. I made my
Take my
quota.
money.
I haven't played Horizon Zero Dawn, and to be honest with
Oh
you,
my God, what
to
is
be
wrong with you?
honest with you, it gets worse, Sean. It gets worse. To be honest with you, my first impression of the game was I was like, whatever. I don't know, whatever. So I definitely, now that I've seen and heard a lot of the reviews, need to rethink my whatever attitude and give it a chance because some people said like that was the game that made their console worth it. So I definitely have to give it a try, and I actually have a copy of it, so we will play it on stream for sure.
Yeah, you are missing out. Easily one of the best games of the generation, in my opinion. Um,
Ooh, big claim.
yeah, what can I say that hasn't already been said about Horizon? Happy it's finally getting a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And it's in
so yeah,
they're in the west. They were they in the east before?
I'm not too sure.
Cause that made me
I
think like
suppose
when they
so.
said west, I'm like, so did they migrate from somewhere or what's happening?
Yeah, so I mean, I'd assume so. She's definitely in a different land, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
Compared to the first game. So yeah, I'm anticipating it. Looks like it's gonna be amazing again.
It does look
So
really good. It's
yeah,
like I want to play her Horizon sometime before it comes. I don't know if they showed a release date actually now that I think about it. I don't think they.
2021. It's another one that's coming out next year.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. So I think I will have. Ooh, will I though? Yeah, I guess. I guess I will. Cause I think
Well,
there's
it
some
depends if you
games.
finish Persona because you know.
Yeah. I see. I don't know what game I'm gonna stream after Persona, but that's a whole different conversation here. But definitely going to be checking out Horizon Zero Dawn on the Twitch, and then after that, we'll see if I want to make a full-on playthrough of Horizon Forbidden West. But it looks cool. It does look cool. I will say that. That scene at the end where she just like is trying to take on this big robotic elephant with a bow, that got me. I'm like, how is this gonna work? Like, did she just do that in the
Yeah,
game?
yeah. Well, obviously, if you played the game, you know, what I mean, it's not that simple. You know.
That just looked crazy to me. But on to the top 3 questions after I saw the presentation. Number one being, what would the console prices be for the digital version of the console and the regular console with the disc drive? Now I speculated, and I have seen some quote unquote leaks of this information being leaked out. I said I think the console is going to be at least $4.99, and then the disc version or the digital version, excuse me, might be around $3.99 ish. But I'm not sure. But I'm thinking at least $4.99. I hope no higher than that, but that was my thought. And then I saw some pictures that said kind of the same thing. So what do you think the pricing will be for these consoles?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, you're about right on it. Um, Obviously, the UK prices, I think, are going to be around 500 for the digital,
Mm.
600 for the disc at max. Um, it's a tricky one. If they go any higher than that, I think they risk losing a lot of their player base.
Yeah.
Um, I think they really need to take a loss on this console. They did for I believe they did for the PS3 and 4 when they
Mm.
first came out.
Or
So
wait,
I
let me
reckon
see.
they should really just do that now again, just to get the player base back in. Because obviously PlayStation, without a doubt, is the winner of the quote unquote console wars that people seem to have. um, so
Yeah, it's
they've
interesting.
got the biggest install base by far.
Mm-hmm.
And they won't want to lose that. So I reckon if they have it any higher than that, they risk losing that momentum that they've got. Obviously, it depends what Xbox is saying as well. I think the reason we haven't heard pricing and stuff yet is because I think they are both literally waiting on each other to announce something, and then they're gonna either undercut. Uh, they're gonna try and undercut each other basically.
Okay, so I just pulled up the pricing for what the PS3, PS4, what the PS3 and PS4 were. So the PS3,
Yep.
let's see, they have a version of it that was up to
History was
599
yeah,
US,
yeah,
which is,
and that hurt them a lot.
yeah, that would hurt big time. And then it went down to 399 when the PS4 came out. So I'm thinking that they might push it back up just because of all the technology that they're saying is being put into it and how it's
Yeah.
comparable to maybe, I wouldn't say a low end PC, but like, we're going to get
No,
graphics and loading
it'll be a
times.
high end PC. It'll be a high end PC for the time, obviously.
Yeah.
Um,
So
and
I
then
could
obviously, but
see why they would justify pushing up the price, but in my head, I can't see a justification for pushing up my budget if I'm going to be spending that much on a console because I do want
yeah,
to invest in a PC. So at that point, I might as well, you know?
yeah, exactly, exactly.
So I don't know. It is a very they're kind of standing on a tightrope here, so they gotta be careful and balance that out. But
Hmm.
yeah, I'm hoping it's no more than 499. That's my hope for the disc drive because I definitely want the disc drive. As much as I like digital stuff, sometimes I just like playing physical copies of games and getting like collector's editions of stuff. So yeah. But oh, are there any games that were not mentioned in the reveal or just like anywhere that you've seen that you would want to come out on the PS5 that were maybe PlayStation classics or just games in general that you thought were interesting or fun to play?
Um, in all honesty, no. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are games that I would like to see continue. Obviously, you know, me being a big Final Fantasy fan, I'd love to see those games. Another
Mm.
like a Final Fantasy 16 on the PS5. I'd love to see Persona, Kingdom Hearts.
Ooh yeah.
We're no doubt gonna see the next gen Call of Duties and whatnot, stuff like that. But in all honesty, I want to see some new IPs. I want to see a
Yep.
lot, which obviously they did bring quite a lot of new IPs to the table.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see more of that going forward. I don't want to have um, you know constantly the same games coming
Yeah.
out, but with a shinier coat of paint. It's not really I'm into it unless they're drastically changing the gameplay. I would much rather just
Yeah.
have more new IPs. But if
Like I
there
think like
was something that I could, um,
games like Final Fantasy VII, like it's been a long, long, long time coming. So if, it makes sense that they would
yeah,
come out with a remake, especially to get
yeah,
newer people into the Final Fantasy franchise. But I don't think they can just remake something that came out like 3 or 4 years ago. I mean, they could, but
they probably will. They probably will as well because it's the trend in gaming right now. A lot of remasters and
yeah.
remakes.
But seeing some new
So
IPs would be awesome.
Yeah, I
especially
want
because
to
I
see a lot
know,
more. I know they're riskier. I know developers don't really like,
yeah,
jumping back to new IPs because they're risky and people might not buy them. And
that's
but
exactly
yeah,
what I was
I'd love
telling
to see.
one of my friends because he was talking about like I mentioned earlier, he was talking about Naughty Dog and how he wanted to see a new IP. And like I agree that I wanted to see a new IP, but I could see them. They already remastered Last of Us One. I could see them remastering like Uncharted One and Uncharted Two. I don't know about Uncharted Three because that looked
No, because they already
decently
have the
well.
Uncharted collection. I don't think they'll do a remaster for that.
Uh, I would hope not. At least not right now. But I could see it. Just because it is risky to make a new IP. But I would hope that they would like take the risk to venture out there because they have seen a lot of success with IPs that they've just like tried to experiment with. So I don't know. I could see them
Yeah,
doing it, but I would hope not.
another game that I'd like to see as well. There is one more game I'd like to see, which I don't know why they haven't brought another one out in such a long time. And looking at you, Ubisoft, I know obviously you're having some, troubles with your higher ups and stuff right now.
Hmm.
But I need to see another Splinter Cell game, please.
Oh, that yeah. There hasn't been a Splinter Cell game in a minute.
Yeah,
That
so
would
I
be.
need to see a Splinter Cell game.
But it's like seeing
What
what
else?
they've done with
What else?
the Assassin's Creed franchise. I don't know if Splinter
Yeah,
Cell would be the same way that like you remember it, because they're kind of moving away from that like strictly stealth kind of like
yeah,
difficult
stealth.
kind of gameplay. So I don't know. Splinter Cell would be a cool franchise for it to come back, but it would be, I think, maybe hard to sell for some people, especially those people who've gotten used to just like that kind of run and gun type of option in Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
But that would be cool. That would be cool. Any other games?
Uh, Not that I can think of off the top of my head. I mean, I wouldn't mind. Let me have a quick. Uh,
While you're looking, I'm gonna just name the one that I have, which it would be Sly Cooper. I actually really, really liked the Sly Cooper franchise. I bought the most recent Sly Cooper, which I think is Sly 4, on the PS Vita, which was my only PlayStation console for a long time. So I think seeing another installment, I'm not sure how that game ends. I kind of forget. I think they kind of like wrapped it up pretty well, but seeing a Sly Cooper game or maybe a Sly Cooper S game come out, I think that'd be pretty cool. Where, yeah, I don't know, maybe somebody in the crew takes over the mantle or he has a son or something or a daughter. That would be sick.
yeah. I don't think there's anything else really that I can, 100% say. Yeah, I really want to see this game on my new console.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, that's me.
All right. And then my last question is what changes from the old console do you want to see on the new one? Now, I have two things specifically. One of them I know is almost universal because I've seen complaints about it all over the internet, which would be the noise that the console makes because there is a almost constant hum going on as soon as you boot up the console. I don't. Well, I think I know why that is because the fans have to work hard to keep the hardware cool and stuff. But I don't get quite the same amount of noise while playing the Xbox One S is what I have. So yeah, I don't know if they can do anything to adjust that. I would assume so. So I just hope the next one is quieter. Although if it's not going to be the biggest deal. And then my next thing is that my new PS4 controller, which I've had for maybe 6 or 7 months now, is already drifting. And I don't know if anybody else has experienced that. I don't know what's up with this new thing where like controllers drift now, but come on. It's a new freaking controller and it already started drifting. Like I haven't even been really seriously playing any games that I I could see damaging the controller like that. So I don't know. Let's not have any more drifting controllers, please. That would be nice.
Um, in terms of that drifting controller thing, I mean that's a tricky one because that's just the way the analog sticks are made. I don't know how they're gonna make it so it's less prevalent. I guess just use some higher quality materials and stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
It's
tricky
like I
one.
don't
So
remember like past generations of controllers like having that issue. So I don't know. Like they have
well,
switched over to like new things, I guess, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it, but I would like it to stop. Is all I'm trying to say.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it happens on most consoles, to be fair.
Mm,
Um, but for me, in terms of the changes, I want to see more. Well, this is definitely well, most likely a straight up no from Sony because they've already confirmed their stance on it, basically. But want obviously more legacy support, so backwards compatibility. So
yes.
can I use? And that's not just with games. I mean, can I use my PS4 pads with my PS5? Can I use
Oh.
my PS? You know what I mean? Can I use my headsets and stuff with my PS5? Obviously, that'll most likely be the case
Yeah,
with
I would
their
hope so, because good lord.
3.5 jacks and stuff. Um, so any accessories and stuff, will it just be a seamless transition? It'll be nice if we had a bit more backwards compatibility, even if it's just downloads.
Yeah.
Like I put the disc in and they let me download it, a bit like what Xbox has done.
That is, yeah, that is
That'd
something I
be
do have to
awesome.
give Xbox credit for because they do have a lot of different backwards compatibility options, and I do think that the services that Xbox provides are better from what I've seen. I haven't really subscribed to any PlayStation stuff, but what I've seen, I would say Xbox has it there. But
Yeah, in terms of online, yeah, Xbox has got that infrastructure in there, and it's way better, way better. Um, another thing, I'd want to see a lot more crossplay as well.
yeah, they
Um,
PlayStation does not play nice with the crossplay.
no, and even though they've sort of like loosened their grip on it now,
Mm-hmm.
it still seems like it's not happening with enough games, especially console to console. I'm not. Obviously, it'll be great if they let PC players play as well.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they limit them to using controllers, that's not a problem in my eyes. Um, but yeah, crossplay should have been a thing generations ago. As soon as they introduced online, it should have been a thing.
Yeah.
Um, I'm just hoping with this next generation, it's a more prevalent, more it's a more prevalent thing.
Yeah, it's interesting that you said that because I forget if it was the Future Games show or the PC gaming show, but that
Yep.
was one of the things that they were talking about a lot. I think it might have been in both shows, but I think more specifically the PC gaming show, I want to say, where they were trying to, a lot of developers were trying to say, like, not only can you play our game on this console, but it's got crossplay. So if your friend has the game on this console, you can play it even though you don't have the same thing. And I think that's what a lot of games should go to because I think that would, at least for me, that would make me encourage me to purchase more of those types of games because that's one of the reasons I had downloaded Fortnite on my Nintendo Switch is because I didn't have any games to play with my friends online because I hadn't brought my Xbox over to college because it was a little bit too much stuff at the time. But I was able to play Fortnite with them because it is cross compatible with Xbox and I believe PC and PlayStation now.
Yep.
So
Yeah, it's
yeah,
crossplay.
definitely having more things like that is going to help with the whole multiplayer situation.
Yeah. Trying to think if there's anything other than those two, really, those two glaring things. Yeah. Back going back to with what we were saying with Xbox having the better infrastructure and stuff.
Mhm.
I want PS5. They need to ramp up whatever online system they have going with it because I'm paying the exact same amount of money that I am for Xbox Live that I am for PSN, and the difference is night and day in terms of just quality and features,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah,
Xbox have got
definitely.
it on lock, and I don't get what PlayStation. Well, I tell you what, they're getting away with it because obviously they've got the bigger player base. That's all. That's it.
Yeah. And I think they
They've
have a
not.
lot more not specialty, but games that I don't know, have really become special in people's hearts, like those different RPGs and JRPGs. So I think it is a little bit easier for them to get away with because they're the only, are one of the only consoles that people can turn to play those types of things.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, it's getting better now. Obviously, Game Pass has changed a lot of that. A lot of
Yeah.
Japanese studios and stuff have put their games on Game Pass. So,
Hmm.
to be honest, with that sort of thing, it's up to the Xbox players really. They need to show that they actually want these games on the Xbox platform. That's a thing I've noticed as well with when they do release those games on Xbox, they don't tend to sell well.
Yeah.
But obviously, having them on Game Pass, people haven't really got an excuse, have they? They can still give them a try.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, yeah. In terms of network infrastructure, the online, the store, I think that really needs to change coming into these new consoles.
It's weird because I don't know, the stuff that I saw them trying to like package the PS5 with the remote and I forget what other accessories was it.
No, I don't think they're packaging it together. They've
Well,
just
it's
got
kind of
the
like
options
something
there.
where like additional accessories that
Yeah, so you had the headset, you had the remote, you had the there was a headset, a remote, and I think there was it a camera as well?
oh yes, the camera. Um I think the headset and the camera weren't the things that kind of like tipped me off, but it was like the remote and
Yeah, and
I
you
know
had the
for
stand as well, the charging stand.
yeah, for this generation of consoles, I was thinking that they were going to be more focused on gaming because I know at least for Xbox, the Xbox One and the One S and like the Xboxes within that series were originally geared towards kind of being like a multimedia console where you could watch TV and you could play games, you could play DVDs and stuff, which I don't mind the Blu-ray
That's a
player, but
yeah.
I don't know. They really didn't focus as much on gaming, and that's why I think the Xbox One didn't end up being as successful as the Xbox 360. So when I saw that they were like,
Well, that that and they obviously had that stupid mess up with the always online crap that they tried to pull at the start of the generation.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
That hurt them a lot.
that was like that was one of the things that kind of made me a little bit confused when they came out with this remote. Because although this remote doesn't really mean too much by itself, if they're planning on like trying to do the same thing where it's like, oh, you can watch cable or like do all this other crap, um, I could see them kind of falling into the same like mistakes that Xbox did. I don't think that that's going to happen, but it was just something that
No,
kind of gave me PTSD, I
nah.
guess, where I'm like, oh
No,
god, what are they
I
doing?
can't see that happening. I can't see that happening.
I would hope not.
PlayStation know that they're a gaming machine.
Yeah.
They've always had these options. So going back all the way to the PS2, they've always had some sort of media remote you can buy as an accessory.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Um, so I don't think that's the case. They're just showing us the options now. And to
Okay,
be honest, the accessories they do look nice
they
next to
do.
the console. I'm not gonna lie, but if that's a thing. While we're here, what do you think of the look of the console?
Ooh man, I I am happy that they made the console look that they way the way that it looks. If not solely for the memes, the memes have been hilarious. I have thoroughly enjoyed those. I've seen some like Kaiba, freaking Cell. I've seen a lot of different things. As far as like my first general impression, I thought it looked really really cool, really like kind of like that futuristic look and clean. Uh yeah, I as far as like comparing it to the Xbox Series X, I think I honestly like might like the Series X a little bit more. I didn't think that design was bad. It was funny that it kind of looked like a speaker slash refrigerator, but yeah, I think that both designs are actually pretty cool and futuristic. But what did you think about the design?
Yeah, I'm the complete opposite. I think both of the consoles are ugly as heck. I ain't even gonna lie. I think they are hideous.
They are a
Like,
big step away from what the previous ones look
and have you
like.
seen this? No, the thing about the PS5 as well is like I would have been fine if it was a small console. Have you
Mm-hmm.
seen the
I
size
saw
comparisons?
that thing looks
It's
like,
bigger than the PS3, the original one,
yeah, that thing is
and
huge.
that was a chunky boy.
I don't know why they're making the new consoles like
It's
so big.
huge. It's
It's
huge. Where am I gonna put that?
yeah, yeah,
That's as big as one of my because I've got one of my PCs, and it's gonna be as tall as my PC tower.
yeah. It's. I don't. That was way too large.
It's
PlayStation. Come on.
it's a big boy, but
It is
obviously
a big boy.
they need it for obviously because it's gonna need some serious cooling and stuff like that. But my gosh,
I, I I see where you're talking about with the cooling, but even then, I'm like, I don't think it has to be that big. Like even without
no,
the disk
I think it
drive, I
does.
think it's still pretty big.
Yeah, it's chunky. It's
So
chunky.
I don't know. It's a
I
big boy,
mean,
and I'm
and plus, why
hoping.
is it only in white? Why is it only in white?
Yeah, I'm hoping they'll come up with some
They need to
custom
bring out a black
PS5
console.
designs. I have seen some of
They need to bring out a black
the
console.
black console, like the ones that people have been mocking up, looks really good. Like I would buy
Yeah,
that versus the white one. But yeah, I think PlayStation said that you can lay it down on its side, so at least you don't have to
I
like
don't
stand it
care.
up in the shelf.
I'll probably trip on it.
It's
It's
still
still look at it.
it's monstrous.
It's,
It is really big.
it's as long as my desk. Like
Yeah. It. Oh.
it's
Yeah.
it's it's too chunky. I mean, for me, I wasn't gonna pick up the console straight away anyway, so I'll probably
Hmm.
wait for the PlayStation 5 Slim
It's
or
super
whatever they're gonna
slim.
come up with.
Weight
The Slim
Watchers
Slim.
PlayStation version.
That slim down, inevitably better looking
To be
PlayStation
honest with
5.
you, the PlayStation 4 was even a little bit big. Like I got the PlayStation
Yeah,
4 that I got, I think is a slim version, and I still think it's kind of large. So anything
that's
bigger
what I
than
mean.
that,
I've got a PS4 Pro, yeah. So it's and that's even looking at that now. It's he's big.
I think they're trying to go
He's
the
big.
iPhone route. It's just like bigger is better. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter what's in
yeah, that's it.
it. Bigger is
Yeah,
better.
PlayStation 4 Pro Max.
Like, good lord, then. And oh man, the Xbox. So at least you can lay down the PlayStation, the new PlayStation, the new Xbox console. I don't know if you can lay that down and if it's
I
gonna
mean,
function correctly.
at least with Xbox, they're living by their name. Like it's
Yeah,
definitely a box.
it is a box. That is for
It is a
sure.
box.
Mm-hmm. I
Um,
I don't know. I think they're both
it.
interesting. I can't really.
I mean,
I don't hate on them. I don't know. It's different.
at least the Xbox is boring, and then you've got the PlayStation that's trying to be too nice, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
I think they really were trying to go for like a futuristic, like welcome to the
Yeah,
future kind of look. But
yeah. This is straight
it's
from
like
the bleeding
welcome to the
Jetsons.
huge future. Everybody's big. Our consoles got to be big.
Yeah, but yeah, this came straight from Futurama and the Jetsons.
Yep. It is they are really big. They are very very big. But I don't know. Maybe the size comparisons that they have on the internet are wrong and they're actually
Maybe,
average
maybe.
size. I hope it's probably right, but I hope I wonder
That's
how they're gonna
how heavy
justify
is the
that.
thing going to be as well?
Oh, that's a good question
You can
too.
have a workout taking at home.
Yeah, if like I don't know, I probably won't be going back to school with like everything that's going on. Can't say what, but y'all know.
Well, yeah,
So,
yeah.
that's gonna stay home with me. Even if I was, it'd probably still be staying home because I'm like, there's no way. I'm already
Yeah,
living in
they
a
ain't carrying
closet.
that thing
I'm
around.
not gonna. It's not gonna be able to fit anywhere.
No chance.
Mm-mm. Oh man. But I want to thank you for coming on the podcast with me. This has been fun talking about all this stuff and seeing what your perspective is as someone who's
No worries.
natively a PlayStation person. So next time I podcast, I guess, or yeah, what? I don't know. Next time I record, it's probably going to be about the Xbox conference, which I think is supposed to be coming up maybe within like 3 or 4 weeks. So I don't know.
Yeah,
We will
something like
have to
that.
look forward to that. Hopefully, I'm really hoping that they come out with some heat because I cannot be going down like this. As someone who's always played Xbox growing up, I'm like, if you guys don't show up and show out, PlayStation is going to steal it from all of you. It's gonna be bad. But thanks once again for coming onto the podcast, and thanks for everybody who's here listening to us just nerd out about all these different things. So yeah, I hope you guys have all enjoyed. Have a nice evening, morning, or night, whatever it is. Enjoy it, and we'll see you in the next Gamecast.